Liverpool have been quality this season, but fans of other clubs just simply can't be convinced. We've got rival fans upset calling Liverpool losers. We've got predictions from the past when Liverpool lost to Nottingham Forest. We've also got Man City fans saying Liverpool are lucky. Then, of course, we've got the Tottenham stuff in terms of Ange. Is it time for him to go? And obviously Manchester City as well, with Khusanov being one of the only shining bright lights in their defeat to Nottingham Forest. But before I begin, if you are new here, please hit the subscribe, hit the like as well. It would be greatly appreciated. So we're going to start here with a prediction from a Crystal Palace fan. You know, it's good to see what other people were saying about Liverpool 12 games into the season. They were 8 points clear, by the way. So surely you would think, okay, Liverpool have built some momentum, showing that they can be challengers and win this Premier League title. But let's have a listen.
I still can't see Liverpool winning the league. Okay, there, I said it. People saying after the game today, that's the sign of champions, you know, going to a team not playing well and grinding out a result. I don't buy that today at all, I'm sorry. Southampton are the worst team in the league, okay? We've seen that so far this season. They are not good enough to be in the Prem. They lack so much quality. It took 3 absolute self-implosions by them for Liverpool to win the game by 1. And we've seen over the past few years that playing badly and grinding out results is the sign of champions sometimes. But if you're doing that too much, you're not going to win the league. I know they're 8 points clear, okay, of Man City, 9 points of other title contenders. But I don't look at this Liverpool team, I don't watch them and think that is Premier League champions. And look, that is...
And of course, it wasn't after the Forest defeat, but after Liverpool actually had won the game against Southampton. And actually, for me, I found this game as the turning point of this season. I thought, wow, Liverpool just, you know, they weren't at the races. And Salah just contributed, turned it around for them. They found the extra gear. And I just knew from that moment onwards, Liverpool are real contenders. It wasn't even the fact that they had beaten Manchester City in December or they'd taken it to Arsenal at the Emirates. I knew after Liverpool had beaten Southampton, this had to be the game where they would show that they're proper contenders and probably one of the main contenders for this Premier League throne. They went so many points clear, you know, and there's a lot of talk about Liverpool being ahead due to the PGMOL and other teams being injured. But 12 games into the season, there wasn't many injuries at all across the board, across the table, and Liverpool still had a 9-point lead. You know how insane that is? But I'm not attacking the guy who made this opinion because this was the majority's opinion. I'm sure even some Liverpool fans after this game were like, I don't think we can keep on going, scraping to Southampton, who weren't being great at the time. But for me, as a neutral, I could just say there's something about this Liverpool team at the time that shows they will be proper contenders and one of the main guys to go and win the Premier League title. Now let's move on to the next reaction. We've got a Manchester City fan after their loss to Nottingham Forest this weekend. Let's have a listen to what he said and the audacity he had, even when Manchester City had just lost.
Liverpool have had every single look at every single turn this entire season.
Go on. Why?
Manchester City, their dearest rivals for the last 8 years, their form has fallen off the face of the earth. Liverpool benefit.
Okay.
Arsenal, their nearest title rivals this season, lose their entire top 4, or their entire front 4. Liverpool benefit. The rest of the big 6, so-called remaining big 6, have all fallen away. Liverpool benefit. Even Newcastle's most creative player gets a suspension 2 games before the cup final. Who's going to benefit?
No, but that's not Liverpool's fault, is it?
Yeah.
But they've had the fortune and the good luck at every single turn. They go to Paris Saint-Germain with an XG of 0.27 and come away with a 1-0 win.
They've got a top keeper.
Pure luck.
No, look, I'm going to take...
This one was quite hilarious for me, especially since it's coming from a Manchester City fan. If we count their titles, 115 included, they got lucky that season where Rodri handballed it against Everton. They got lucky in the sense that John Stones was 0.3 centimetres away from kicking from Liverpool scoring at the Etihad. There's so many different instances. You know, Arsenal, Saliba being injured in the first season, Arsenal were going for the title. They got lucky there. Rob Holding had to play at centre-back for Arsenal. That's luck. Last season, okay, they grinded out results. But Heung-min Son missing a one-on-one, when does that ever happen? That's luck. Chris Wood against Man City for Nottingham Forest last season. Chances he had. He's bagging them this season. That's luck. So this narrative, Liverpool are lucky, is a joke. I showed you just earlier that graphic in the first the guy who was talking about it. Liverpool were 9 points clear after 12 games when there was no injuries, no luck, no nothing involved. They've managed to now pretty much double that lead going into the last, 10, 11 games of the season? That's not luck. And the narrative that is luck is a very, very poor narrative, if I have to be honest. And let's look at this. Liverpool fans are losers. It's in their blood. Even occasionally winning is not enough for them. They don't feel superior to Arsenal. They must prove to some audience that they are worthier. Loser energy. Even when you win, you must compare. This was after a Liverpool fan, to be fair, had put up a post saying Darwin Núñez' reaction to equalising against Southampton versus Declan Rice. Obviously, Declan Rice shushed the United fans earlier yesterday, and a lot of Arsenal fans were annoyed. Yes, you can be. We have a title to go for, though, to be honest, that title is done. And then you had Núñez geeing up the crowd, ready to go back to the halfway line, which, okay, maybe a bit of a snipe there from Liverpool fans. But this is not how you have to respond as Arsenal fans. Calling them losers, poor mentality. Liverpool are the second, if not the biggest team in England with the European pedigree that they have, the titles they have. Yes, I hate seeing them on the top because I want to be the guys on top of Liverpool. I want our team, Arsenal, my team, Arsenal, to be ahead of Liverpool because I think we're a very, very good side. But we can't discredit Liverpool and call them losers. Not after the season they're having under Arne Slot in his first Premier League job, his first proper challenge, I would say, with Liverpool. It is absolutely incredible. But anyway, let us now move on to Manchester City, the segment on them. A 1-0 L. Not looking good for them at all in the Champions League race. Losing to Forest. Hudson-Odoi, fantastic goal from him. 14 shots. There just seems to be no penetration. They've got the attacking players fit, so there's no excuses. It just seems that Manchester City have really lost that cutting edge that they've had in previous seasons. But the main talking point, and from City fans and everyone, is Khusanov. He's been absolutely incredible. Against Nottingham Forest, again, he was incredible. Look at the ground he's covering there. He's covering those channels so well. Defending the threat of the pacey players like Elanga, the blocks he's putting in is unreal. And the reason why I sort of stay on Khusanov so much is because he was given such a tough time. And I'm sure City fans can vouch for this. When you watch Sky Sports that time, that Chelsea came to the Etihad and the way he was bashed by the guys on commentary, he's turned it around. There's not a peep. Against Forest, 5 clearances, 2 block shots, 2 interceptions, 1 tackle, 84 touches, 92% pass accuracy, 7.2 rating. I don't really like statistical analysis in terms of raw stats, but he's showing he's a top player and he's only 20. So why is no one praising him? Why does it have to be focusing on the negatives when he's probably been Manchester City's best player at the minute? And I think City fans would agree. It is absolutely unreal to me. It really, really is that there's not been enough light put on Khusanov. And Pep Guardiola himself says Khusanov's impact has been really good. Defensively, the aggression, the concentration is massive. He's really, really good. And it's fair play. If Pep is saying that about you, a young guy like Khusanov, coming into a City team which is struggling, it is fantastic. And I'm happy for him. He's only going to get better. He's got pace. He's got strength. Like he said, aggressive, concentration, can run the channels, wants to be involved. It's what you want to see. And fair play to Khusanov. But in terms of Manchester City, to be honest, it is a bit of a rut for them. And Brighton on the weekend is going to be a massive game for them to go for that top 4, top 5, whatever it is they need to win it. Let us now get on to the last segment. Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Ange Postecoglou. It is time to go, I think. And I'm one of the biggest fans of Ange. I really, really am. But I'd say getting knocked out against AC Alkmaar, it's the final one. It has to be for Daniel Levy. And they couldn't say the context of the season, injuries Spurs have had, the amount of games they've had to deal with those injuries. Yes, those are valid points, but you need to see structures in build-up, in pattern, in attacking play. There just really isn't. You know, you're looking at the players on the pitch. Yes, Bergvall's great, but for Tottenham Hotspur, the club they are, you know, I'm an Arsenal fan. Yes, it can be funny to banter them. Bergvall being your best player isn't necessarily a good thing at all. And that's not dissing Bergvall. It's the fact he's 18. He shouldn't be a limelight in the team. There should be a more experienced guy in there. A guy with a lot more quality in all phases of the game. And Bergvall should slowly be embedded in. There shouldn't be this burden on him to be the best player each week. Same with Archie Gray. He should be being slowly integrated in Tottenham team. He's played far too many minutes this season. And that comes from recruitment, Levy, of course, but also Ange Postecoglou. He's not even put Gray into midfield once ever since he's had the players come back from injury. You know, Vicario has been fantastic for Spurs. It would have been a basketball scoreline in a couple of these games if Vicario didn't offer the quality he has done. You know, Tottenham should have lost today against Bournemouth if it wasn't for two horrible errors from Kepa. And I feel like for the club to move forward, they need to get rid of him. I think I saw a clip about Maddison saying, we always play like this. Why are we always, you know, sticking to these principles? And that tells you the story, to be honest. If your own players are also doubting the manager's way you're playing, it is not a good side. But anyway, let's end off on a little bit of a funnier note if you are a rival fan, maybe not for Tottenham fans. And it is, of course, Expressions Oozing's reaction to the game.
Tottenham 2, Jason Bournemouth 2. A man gonna be like, X, you should be happy. You got a draw. Brad, I had a draw at my house, fam. I'm tired of this, yeah? We are set up to fail. It's like me auditioning for the role of Donald Trump watching Tottenham. We're just set up to fail. Forget about Coys. It should be McCoys because we get opened up like a packet of crisps. It's just too easy. Too easy. I'm just watching the players out there struggling. They're drowning, fam. That's what they are. Bro, watching the players is like seeing me in the sea when I'm in the Caribbean, fam. That's what it is. Drowning, blood. Absolutely drowning. Suffering, fam. Suffocate. It's a J Holiday FC, bro. Big man ting. Honestly, today, we got goals through a gift from the gods that go from Sarr and a penalty, bruv. Other than that, we couldn't break them down. We couldn't do it. I don't remember Kepa making any saves, bruv. Honestly, it was absolutely ridiculous. We got bopped off the park by Jason Bournemouth, bruv. Kirkes, Cooking, blood. Hoyson, brother, Semenyo, fam. You get me, bruv? Brother, man had fufu for breakfast, lunch and dinner, and a man still running like he's Dash from The Incredibles, bro. I can't believe.
And yeah, it pretty much epitomizes what I've said about Tottenham fans. They are not happy with Ange at all. And once you lose the crowd, especially at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, it gets toxic. So for Ange's sake, I hope Tottenham get through in the Europa League, or it's going to be sour. He has to go. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you have enjoyed. And until next time, peace.